It's not 42. It's probably closer to 3 for now. The other number that interests me today is 102. That means that over a century of graduates from Pampa High School have walked across the stage, received the diploma like you're going to do today. Many of you in the audience, you're among the Harvester Nation, you're among the alumni, and what I want to tell you as an audience, first of all, these fine young men and women that are sitting in front of you will be great additions to that nation. I know that there's harvesters that are making an impact in a positive way around the world. I fully suspect that these 200 plus young men and women will make the same impact and make you proud as harvesters. The first thing I'd like to do, class of 2014, is to thank you. In the spring of your junior year, I asked you for leadership. I told you our entire year, our success would depend on which way you wanted to go. You could take us in the right direction or the wrong direction. I challenged you again in August to do the same thing. I told you our success would depend upon you. I could go down and list, I'm not going to because I think everyone is aware, the number of trophies and medals and winners and champions and playoff games and contests that we have won. And I attribute that fully and solely to your leadership. So I applaud you this morning. Thank you. I have never met a person who told me upon graduation that their goal was to be a high school principal. That includes myself. I've never really known anybody that aspires to this particular position. But one of the reasons is they do not really appreciate the blessing that it is for me to come to work every day and be able to interact with you young people. It's a blessing to my life. It's something that has kept me going for 34 years, and it's something that will keep me going for another year. I do want to say, though, the favorite part of my job is not standing in the hall and yelling at you, I promise. The favorite part of my job is the next 2 minutes. It's an opportunity for me as a principal to look at you, the class of 2014, one last time, share just a couple of thoughts with you, and be able to send you out in the world knowing that you're ready and you're prepared and you're going to do great things. I have 3 gifts I'm going to give you this morning. But right now, you are in the safest place on earth. You're in Pampa, Texas, in Harvester Stadium, in front of your family and friends that love you, sitting next to your classmates. There is no safer place, no safer moment than you are right now. Anything that I would tell you about life ahead is not going to mean a whole lot. But I would ask for you to put these things in your pocket, because tomorrow, next week, next year, 5 years down the road, it might come in handy. I have been where you're going. That's one of the advantages of being old. You have hindsight. I can tell you that life is wonderful. Life is full of excitement. Life is full of opportunities. Life is full of great things, and you're all going to experience them. But the first thing I want you to put in your pocket is this. Every good thing in life that's worth having is on the other side of fear and self-doubt. You have to come out of your comfort zone to be able to truly experience the things that are good and truly achieve the things that you're capable of. You are capable in a far greater way than you think you are. You're much smarter than you think you are. Even these 2 girls down here, they're much smarter than they seem. They're much smarter than they think they are. So are you. You're much braver than you think you are. And you're much stronger than you think you are. You never know what is within you until you're challenged and you have to dig deep. Keep that in mind. The second thing I'd like to tell you is that when you get to fear and self-doubt, reach down deep, pull out all the strength that you have in you, and always make sure that you go and seek out your goal and not give up. The last thing I want to share with you is a story. It's what keeps me going. It's what's kept me going for a long time. Most of you have heard the song. Some of you have sung it. Some of you have heard the story about Joshua fought the Battle of Jericho. What you may not realize is the background, the historical perspective to that particular story. It has to do with the children of Israel being in bondage in Egypt and Moses leading them across the desert. When they left out, they were excited. They were full of future, and they were full of all these things that make things great. And then they got afraid. They were filled with doubt. And then they fought amongst themselves. And so for 40 years, they could not realize their dream. And then when things could not get worse, their leader died. Moses died. What are you going to do? This is where Joshua comes into play. This is where you first hear about Joshua. He was appointed leader, and it was his job to keep everyone going, to move them across the Jordan River to achieve their promised land. He was given one command, but it was so important that it was repeated 3 times. And this is what I want you to remember. As you leave out of here today, be bold and courageous. Be bold and very courageous. Be bold and courageous. Great things lie ahead of you, folks. I'm so excited for you. Everything that's good is going to be on the other side of fear and doubt. You're going to have to stretch yourself, but you have greater strength within you than you have any idea. But always be bold and courageous. Be very bold and courageous. Be bold and courageous.